Yeah, it's raining in Seattle, but who wouldn't love a first drive of Ford's beloved EV pony car? They've made some significant changes to this, and I'm gonna tell you all about them, and I'm gonna tell you how it drives. And there might be a surprise at the end. If you didn't know, it's the 60-year anniversary of the Ford Mustang, so why not give their Mach-E a mid-cycle refresh? Introduced in 2021, this 5-seater EV SUV was received with mixed feelings from consumers and car enthusiasts alike, but over the years it has earned a spot as an important vehicle for Ford to continue moving the brand towards all-electric efficiency, converting customers from gas to electric, and keeping the Mustang moniker alive. With this Mach-E refresh, there's new wheel designs, a new available eruption green paint option, and a bronze package that's reserved for the GT trim, which adds 20-inch bronze wheels, a bronze grille shield, and of course bronze badging. Not much has changed with the exterior, but there are revised headlights that look similar to the 7th generation gas-powered Mustang. I've always liked how the Mustang Mach-E looks, and now with those minor refreshes that they've added, it falls even more in line with the Mustang brand. But it's still a SUV EV, 4 doors. There's 4 trim levels for the Mustang Mach-E: Select, Premium, GT, and a new trim for when it's time to get especially dirty, but we'll talk about that one later. Lower trims start with a 72 kilowatt-hour battery pack that's good for an EPA estimated range of 250 miles, has 264 horsepower, and 387 pound-feet of torque. Rear-wheel drive is standard, and now powered by a new rear electric motor built in-house by Ford. A dual-motor all-wheel drive setup is available, which now has upgraded software for the front motors, and so is an optional extended range 91 kilowatt-hour battery that can achieve up to 320 miles of range when configured properly. And there's lots of configurations to produce different horsepower and range combinations. Don't believe me? Well, bam! See? I told you so. My tester on this first drive is the more powerful GT trim. It has a 91 kilowatt-hour battery, the E all-wheel drive dual motor setup standard, and gets up to 280 miles of range. There's 480 horsepower to play with and 600 pound-feet of torque, but there's an available performance upgrade which my tester does have. It bumps up torque to 700 pound-feet and enables the Mustang Mach-E to sprint from 0 to 60 in just around 3.3 seconds, which Ford claims is faster than the Tesla Model Y Performance and Porsche Macan 4 Electric. Some popular performance features are also now standard on the GT model, which includes Ford Performance front seats, a MagneRide dampening system, and Brembo branded front brake calipers. Yeah, it's plenty of power. This thing feels plenty quick. Added torque is always good. And the brakes, they're grabby right on tip-in and very predictable. The ride in the Mustang Mach-E definitely feels sporty, regardless of what drive mode you're in. Now this has the MagneRide suspension, so it's supposed to be adaptive to whatever driving conditions you want it to be, but it definitely feels a bit stiff regardless of what drive mode you're in. Right now I'm in the Engage, and they have Whisper and Unbridled. And if you throw it in Unbridled, yeah, suspension definitely firms up. I'm in this right turn and it's feeling good. Not a lot of body roll, which is nice, and the throttle response is quicker, and the steering is pretty weighted in the Engage mode, but in Unbridled, it has a nice feel to it. And that feel is good because I want to get a little bit of feedback from the wheel, letting me know what my tires are doing. And that weight feels just great. So the Mustang Mach-E does have a one-pedal drive mode. And as soon as you access it, yeah, the deceleration feel is pretty good. But let's see how it does coming to the stop. Will it come to a nice smooth stop? Granted, I am going uphill, but yeah, it could come to a smooth stop. I gotta give it a little bit of throttle to get to the stop sign. So if one pedal drive mode is your thing, then the Mustang Mach-E can do just that. Where charging is concerned, the Mustang Mach-E sees improvements in that department as well. Models with a standard range battery can get a 10 to 80% charge in 32 minutes with DC fast charging, which is 5.7 minutes faster than before. And models with the extended range battery can charge almost 20% faster, achieving 10 to 80% in about 36 minutes, which is around 8.8 minutes faster. See, I saved you some math there. And for the first time, Ford EV owners will have access to more than 15,000 Tesla superchargers through Ford's Blue Oval Charge Network. And new Mustang Mach-E's will come with a complimentary charge adapter. There's also new functionality on the standard 15.5-inch infotainment touchscreen using Android Auto's Google Maps and Apple CarPlay's Apple Maps to help find appropriate charging stations during your drive route. And while I'm on the subject of using the touchscreen, I like how it looks. I know a lot of people don't like the tacked on or the portrait style, but I think it looks pretty fresh. But one thing is accessing the menu. When you go into the car option menu, it can look a little cluttered, but other than that, it looks good. The native map system looks great. And I am happy that the climate control settings are down, they're nice and big, and they have a volume knob. That's humongous. I don't know why it's that big, but it's there. There you go. And the digital gauge cluster, it looks nice. It's a slim gauge cluster. It gives you all of your pertinent information. And let's see if it changes up when you go into unbridled mode. And it does. The graphics change up a little bit. It would be nice if they had a system where you can put the maps onto the gauge cluster so that you won't have to leave your line of sight as much to look at the big screen and just look straight down. But that's what over-the-air updates are for. I think the trim and the fit and finish of this Mach-E, this is the GT Performance Upgrade. And in here, it looks nice. There's some cool dash elements right here, and they have this cloth on the dash as well. The outboard and inboard armrests feel good. As far as the driver's position, the seats are nice and comfortable and supportive. Granted, if you are wearing a jacket and you're a bigger guy, the upper portion of the seats right here, it may feel a bit cramped. I'm about 225, 230 on a bad day, maybe Taco Tuesday. And if I was bigger and had broader shoulders with the jacket on, I would have a cramped situation going on. But if you're not, and you're about, let's say 5'10", Micah Museo size with a long torso, then yeah, these seats will do you just fine. And if you're wondering how I fit in the rear seats, just be sure you're not behind a tall driver. There is a flat floor for middle seat occupants, which is always nice, and there's rear vents and charging ports. And as far as cargo space goes, there's around 29 cubic feet to work with behind the rear seats and 59.7 cubic feet with the rear seats folded. Visibility in here looks good. I like how the hood slopes down, so visibility outward looks great. Even behind me, it's pretty solid. And over my left and right shoulders, not that bad. There is a rising belt line over my right shoulder, but visibility still looks good. Inside the cabin, as far as road noise, you get a little bit because these wheels are pretty large, but a noise that comes in that I don't mind is this signature Mustang Mach-E sound when you're really on the throttle. It kind of mimics that engine note that you would get from a traditional ICE engine, and it's not bad. I think it adds to the engagement of the drive, along with the handling dynamics and the steering. It makes you feel like you're really driving a performance SUV, which is great. The Mustang Mach-E features Ford Co-Pilot 360 driver assistance tech, which includes blind spot monitor with rear cross-traffic alert, lane keep assist, pre-collision assist with emergency braking, invasive steering assist, and adaptive cruise control with stop and go. And for the ultimate hands-off experience, there's available Ford BlueCruise 1.3, now with lane change assist, in-lane repositioning, and predictive speed assist. So the BlueCruise function is a great thing, and I'm gonna blindly test it right now. You activate it right here on the steering wheel, set your speed, we're gonna go 55 miles an hour, and you just let go. Let's see how it is. Right now, there is a blue cap on the vehicle icon in the gauge cluster. That means this is hands-on lane centering. Right now it's not in BlueCruise, maybe because we're not on a highway that's registered for BlueCruise, but so far this is doing a great job getting me around the curve. Let's see, with this really tight right turn, I gotta kind of put my hands on the wheel a little bit. But yeah, this is a smooth operating system. I wish I can experience BlueCruise right now, but for what it's worth, this system with the hands-on lane centering is working pretty well, and I think it would do you justice on a long road trip or the commute home. The Mustang Mach-E provides competent driving dynamics on-road, and the improvements in charging are great and all, but remember that special trim that lets you get a little dirty? Well, surprise, Ford is keeping up with their dirt racing heritage with the Ford Mustang Mach-E Rally. This new model is a rally-inspired rendition of the Mach-E and gets lots of goodies like standard electric all-wheel drive, integrated LED fog lights, white 19-inch wheels wrapped in Michelin all-season performance tires, unique front splitter, 1-inch suspension lift, added underbody protection for the electric motors, 385mm front brake rotors, Mach-E Rally branded seats, and a Focus RS-inspired rear spoiler. It gets the same power as the GT model with the performance upgrade, does 0 to 60 in 3.4 seconds, and has an EPA estimated range of around 265 miles with a 91 kilowatt-hour battery. All that power being put down on the dirt is a setup for a good time. Definitely capable, definitely fun, definitely gonna need a shower after this. If you were guessing that I'm driving like this in someone's backyard, I promise you I'm not. This is Dirtfish Rally School in Washington, where we were able to put the Mustang Mach-E Rally to the test. Here's a brief history lesson. Before Dirtfish, this property was once a lumber mill for about 100 years, but now it's been transformed into around 318 acres worth of dirt racing fun. And that's the history lesson, that's all I got. But here I was able to feel that power coming out of turns, drift in the dirt, test out the Rally Sport drive mode for bigger slides, and ride along with this guy who pretty much showed me I need a lot more practice with left foot braking. And it's good to know you can take the Mustang Mach-E Rally on-road. These Michelin cross climate tires are doing a great job at providing traction. I got plenty of grip going through this turn, and I'm kind of glad they didn't put all-terrain tires on this vehicle because it would be a bit more noisy inside of the cabin. The Mustang Mach-E Rally is a fun SUV that you can cram your family into and take off-road and get sideways in the dirt. Mike Danger approved. Pricing for a base Mustang Mach-E with a standard range battery and rear-wheel drive starts at $41,890, which includes the destination charge. For more power, the GT model starts at $55,890, and for dirt racing-inspired fun, the Mustang Mach-E Rally begins at $61,890. If you're interested in getting a Mustang Mach-E or maybe one of the competitors that just keep popping up out of nowhere, go on KBB.com and get a fair purchase price. KBB.com, click the link above for more details. Some of the competitors in this mid-size EV SUV segment include the aforementioned Tesla Model Y, the new Chevy Blazer EV, Hyundai Ioniq 5, Kia EV6, and Volkswagen ID4. But I mean, do any of them have a model that you can have a good time in the mud from the factory and look good doing it? If you're interested in a Mustang Mach-E, certain models are already available at dealers, while others will be available this summer. So Ford listened to their customers and they're making improvements on their electric pony car, and I think all of the improvements are great. I would love to compare this against some of its competitors, but if you want the same thing, you gotta leave some comments in the comments section because I know you will anyway. And make sure you're subscribed to the Kelley Blue Book YouTube channel for the latest and greatest. Until then, I'm gonna be stuck in Seattle traffic.